Once upon a time, in a land far, far away from here, there was a little boy who had a little RC car, and he wanted to buy batteries. And the only place he could get his batteries cheap was at the king. The king was the king of all hobbies. They call him the Hobby King. Now this king was a very, very big king, because he had shops all over the world and storehouses all over the world, and he sold many, many, many batteries. And this little boy wanted to buy 4 batteries. But when he wanted to buy 4 batteries, the batteries he wanted were 51 grams shipping weight. But when he looked at the battery itself, it said it weighed only 33 grams. So he thought, how could that be? So now he put 4 of them in his cart and he wanted to pay for them. The king took a very long time to see what was in his cart. But when he finally reached his cart, everything around him turned dark, and the little boy became a little bit afraid, because he looked at the shipping costs, and the shipping costs were €2.93, because it was over 200 grams, because it was 4 batteries of 51 grams. So the little boy decided to only take 3, because he had to pay from his pocket money, and he didn't have that much pocket money. So when he took 3, the shipping costs were only €1.65, because it was less than 200 grams. But the little boy sensed something was wrong. He could feel it. So when his order came in a little box, he thought, let's open the box and see what's inside. So the box was full of batteries, and they were all packaged the same. They all had black boxes. The black boxes were of the Black Wizard, and the little boy was a little bit afraid. So he decided to see what they really weighed. So first he had to find the battery. So this was the battery he wanted so badly, and was so heavy, so very, very, very heavy. So the boy decided to use a scale and see how much they weigh. So he got a scale and he turned on the scale and he took the battery in the package and he put it on the scale to see how much it weighed. And it was only 46.5 grams. It was not 51 grams. It was 46.6 grams. So he could have ordered 4 and paid the same price for the shipping. Because he ordered more, he weighed the other ones also. And the other ones were 47.2 grams. And the other one was 46.1 grams. But there wasn't one battery that would weigh 51 grams with the packaging. So he wondered, how could this be? So he could have paid €1.65 for his shipping when he would order 4, if the king wouldn't make these big mistakes and would correct him when someone told him that it was wrong. But now the little boy had to pay €4.35 for the packing. That's €2.70 more. That's even more than the original shipping costs he would have paid when he would order 4 and they would weigh correctly. So the little boy was so disappointed. He decided to send the big king an email. And the big king reacted, and after a few months he didn't change anything. He just left him 51 grams in his big computer. And the little boy was so sad. He was so sad. And he looked it up again on the computer after 3 months. And he saw they were still 51 grams. They were 51 grams with the packaging. And the little boy was so sad. And he cried, and the little boy cried, and the little boy cried, because the king was so bad to him, and he didn't want to change it, and he just left it the way it was. And the little boy cried and cried and cried, and he kept sending emails, and the big king wouldn't change it, because the big king had managers, and the managers were Thais, and the Thais, they would cut off the oxygen flow to the brains. And because there was not enough oxygen in the brains, the managers couldn't make good decisions. And because they couldn't make good decisions, they didn't change it in the computer. And the little boy was so sad, and he cried, and he cried, and he cried.